Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to the broadcast here on Breaky CPK. Going to be your shoutcasting notes, of course, and you're tuning in to what is some ProDota Cup European action. ProDota Cup number 12 to be a little more precise right there. Anyways, we are in, obviously, throughout the bracket stage. I'm going to be covering a losers bracket matchup for you. And as you may see on your screen, there's good reason for it because we are looking at SOLIDUDES, the one, the only SOLIDUDES here. They're going up against a team called Rebels here in this, I believe it is just a one-game series. Yeah, it looks like it is just indeed a one-game series. So looking forward to this matchup, of course, and can't wait to get things kicked off. That's the wrong button. That's the button I wanted to press. Taking screenshots here in game. Anyways, as you do see, of course, SOLIDUDES, what I'm talking about here. We got Insania, Mickey, Solitude, Seal Kid, and Kefka actually going to be standing in for this match. He's stepping in. I'm blanking on their fifth player right now. For some reason, it's not coming to me. But their normal fifth player is apparently not here for this game. Again, this is a best-of-one matchup, though. They're in the losers bracket. They actually got knocked down here by Imperial in the winter bracket semifinals, actually. And I wanted to kind of pull up the brackets for you real quick right here. Yeah, as you see, they got knocked out by Imperial 2 games. So obviously, Imperial, a very good team. So not a bad loss there by any means, but SOLIDUDES, an up-and-coming team here on the scene. They're now in the losers bracket, again, set to play Rebels, as this is not currently updated, but that's the match that we have at hand. So I'm excited to be here, though. I'm personally coming off a little bit of a break myself. From my stream and casting here. Of course, I was in Montreal for the Great Northern Arena Beta Tournament that took place. I had a lot of fun there. I'm going to be doing a podcast later on, in fact, here in the day, to kind of, well, not really podcast, I guess, but more so just talk about it later on. I don't want this cast to be about that. But the point is, I was really happy I got to go to my first official Dota 2 tournament in my short career so far. So again, I was just a spectator, not even casting or anything like that, but it really was a lot of fun. Anyways, I'm back, though. I'm really excited to be casting some Dota 2 once again. And, I actually got the chance to sit behind the great Pimperknuckle there, known as the Observer for Moonduck TV, and kind of learn a little bit of tips from him. So I'm going to do my best to also make my camera work a little bit better as a result. No promises here. I'll probably still miss the first blood kill. That's just me. But hopefully my camera work is also a little bit better for this cast here. So anyways, we got SOLIDUDES versus Rebels. Now this Rebels team, again, I really don't know much about, frankly. Now, I got to say, some of these names actually do look familiar that I'm really looking at. Roger and Sadoy definitely look familiar. I couldn't tell you where they're actually from, but they are recognizable players right here. So this is not a unknown team by any means, I think it's safe to say. Looks like they definitely got at least some players that have been around the scene for a bit. So this should be a good matchup here. Looking forward to it. Now let's take a look, see what actually is taking place as far as the laning phase and everything and the heroes that we see. What's up, Blue Moon Gaming? How's it going, man? Anyways, so we see the lineups here. Let's take a look. We got the Radiant side. We, of course, have Luna being played by Sadoy here. J4 on that Dazzle. We got Roger on the Pudge. The bunch of numbers guy on the Magnus, excuse me, Magnus. And the Nyx Assassin being played by Shashlo. We'll go with Shashlo here. On the other side of the Radiant, we have Insania playing that line. Looking forward to that. Mickey on the OD. Got a nice pause here to help things out. Solitude on the Phantom Assassin. They're running the short lane Phantom Assassin here as one role looks like. Seal Kid playing the 4-role Slardar here, I want to say. And then Kefka on that off-lane Darkseer. But as we do see in the laning phase, despite the pause right here, we got the dual lane aggressive coming out from SOLIDUDES. They're matching up against that Luna, who of course can be a little bit vulnerable in the laning phase. Thus the short range of her. Now she's got some okay damage with that Lucent Beam, of course. Currently not leveled up at level 1, but her with Dazzle, it's not the scariest of lanes. It's not the most aggressive lanes. I can see definitely why SOLIDUDES choosing to do this, try to really bring in the harassment. Darkseer, Slardar definitely has potential to be very, very annoying to deal with. You see those ion shells constantly being used on the creep wave and whatnot to get that harassment out and in the earlier laning phase. But Magnus versus OD here in the middle. Got to think OD, definitely is favored in this matchup. But Magnus wanting him for more of the initiation purpose, as well as that Empower, of course, going to be great in the hands of the likes of Luna, obviously. So running with that Nyx as well in the off lane. Is it Shashlo? Yeah, Shashlo. Shadow and Shashlo have been around the CIS scene forever. J4 was on Power Rangers. Roger, kind of a CIS pub star, I think. Okay, thanks. Shout out to Grade Curve right there in chat, giving me some extra insight. So I always love casting with the chat here as my co-casters. So appreciate any insight that you guys want to bring to the table. I'll do my best to look over and see what great insight you are bringing. But yeah, so it is going to be a roaming Pudge right here, again, in the hands of Roger. So we'll see how that works out for Rebels. You know, kind of taking a look at the lineups here, the overall picture here. I mean, both sides definitely have their strengths. This is going to be a very roam-heavy team, though, on the side of Rebels. You got the Magnus, you got the Nyx, you got the Pudge. Now, it is all melee roam, really, so that's where the weakness lies. But they do got range, of course, with the hook shot, or the meat hook, even. Coming out from the Pudge right here. So, and then Nyx, obviously, with that Vendetta, able to stealth up and set up the initiation. So, just because it is all melee doesn't mean it can't be scary, nonetheless. So, whereas SOLIDUDES, it seems like they got more of that come-together team. You know, the team that's going to be able to come together as a team fight very well, and be successful that way. So, now they do have some gank themselves, obviously. You know, Lion very good for that with the likes of perhaps a Slardar and even the Darkseer here, but Phantom Assassin as that core, again, not necessarily the typical, usually seeing more of that mid-roll perhaps. Even as a support, I know the nerf to support happened fairly recently with the dagger nerf, but still a possibility. But we have a Solitude here on the Phantom Assassin, so we'll see how that works out as that one position. Again, they have OD as kind of the backup carry as well. Then he throws Slaughter in there even. I know he's playing that 4 role, but you know, the potential to kind of be a hard hitter later on if need be is there. So in a sense, kind of a tri-core lineup coming out from SOLIDUDES where it's just that one core on the side of Rebels. So, you know, the simple analysis is Rebels, I think, perhaps wants to win this game sooner than later, whereas SOLIDUDES is just fine if this game goes into the much, much later stage. Now, the one downside to that is, of course, Luna. She tends to scale very well come the late game. But they don't have that Shadow Demon or anything like that to really excel and become powerful in the later game with the Illusion Spawn. So I do think SOLIDUDES would be fine if this game tends to go much, much later on. So is this the new patch for WoW? No, this is not the new patch for WoW. Am I the official Gamecaster? No, I'm just watching this via Dota TV. I was actually, there was a chance I could have gotten the lobby right here, but unfortunately, again, I wasn't planning on streaming until about an hour from now or so. I was finishing up some work here and everything, but I noticed that SOLIDUDES was playing, and I'm like, I gotta watch SOLIDUDES. So I made a point to jump into this game. Unfortunately, I missed the lobby, but I am, of course, watching via Dota TV, which is really just as good. So just, of course, the delay that I'm having to deal with. Report PA. Geez, you really do not like Solitude, man. Okay, I'm being told that Magnus is TMW? Yeah? Okay, I know TMW is a familiar player as well on the scene, so I don't know how official that is, but I guess it wouldn't surprise me. As Pudge commits suicide right there. That's just living the Pudge life in a nutshell, so... All right, we are finally back, though, so here we go. Finally, some Dota 2 action coming at us. I could actually watch right here. Looks like Lion going to harass the Nyx Assassin out. He's trying to perhaps do some kind of pull or even block a stack attempt. Roger also now at the top lane with that smoke. Yeah, you do see Nyx is kind of messing up the pull attempt from Lion right here, the stacking even. Oh, he's going to pop that spike carapace, and actually the pull comes in from Roger, and now Lion in a lot of trouble. There's no getting away from this. Nothing that PA can do, and Insania goes down. First blood in favor of Rebels right here. So very good execution again. Using that Pudge, pouring in the top lane with the smoke, comes in with that meat hook, and not much that Lion can do at that point. So well played on the side of Rebels right here to start things off strong. Taking a look at the middle matchup, Magnus is actually 13-5 compared to an OD who's 7-5. I am no Dota 2 expert, but man, I don't know if that's expected, right? I mean, you got the range versus melee in general here, so, but then on top of that, OD known as one of the better laning middles in the game, I believe. So the fact that he is, okay, 10-5 now, I guess he did have that creep wave right there, but still, he is losing in the matchup so far, so very interesting to make note of that right here. You do see Pudge still sticking around the top lane, again, continuing to make Lion's life pretty hell-like, as we do see he's coming over to the creep wave, and if he can land a hook right here, I mean, again, he could be in some trouble. Obviously, the stun from Lion should be fine, but with that rod and then Nyx Assassin nearby, could be dangerous, actually. So, Slardar running bottom lane, Seal Kid trying to get in range right there for a crush, but instead going to be poisoned himself and will simply walk back himself, so. Does have that wind lace, though. Again, playing the 4 role here as a Slardar, so not expecting the early Blink Dagger by any means, but still will, I'm sure, prioritize that Blink Dagger ASAP. I do wonder if he's going to instead try to prioritize something like a Drums here rather than going straight Blink Dagger. It's one of those cases, you know, it's better build-up, obviously, and that you're going to be struggling in farm somewhat, perhaps. It could be a more effective an item in the earlier phase here. Mickey, he could be in trouble, as you see the rune control coming out from Pudge. Happens to be a bounty rune. Slaughter actually picks up the arcane, and he is heading middle, it looks like. So, yeah, maybe something going to be happening here. I mean, again, only level 3, and Magnus feels like he's playing very defensive. They do have a ward down here that perhaps spotted the Slaughter running over, picking up the rune. So, information as to why he's playing it pretty safe right now. Dazzle harassing this Darkseer, but Sealkid's nearby. Now Dazzle's the one in trouble, but so is Darkseer, actually. We're going to see some kills coming out here. It's going to be first. It looks like it's Darkseer will be able to surge one out of there initially, but now Sealkid cannot get the kill on Dazzle. He has to crush very defensively, simply to run. Ain't going to be enough. Pudge with the kill. And a 2-0 start in favor of Rebels right here. So the dive a little bit too much. Good rotations coming out from Rebels. And at least Darkseer made it out, I guess, is kind of the positive there for SOLIDUDES. He's a higher priority here right now, perhaps. But, yeah, very good rotation. And Dazzle doing a good job of surviving as well as he tends to. So, Shoshlo here on the Nyx Assassin. Look at the double Enchanted Mango strategy coming out. I don't know if that's typical, but that with the Arcane Boots, man, he's got his mana issues taken care of. Here in the earlier laning phase, it seems like he is off to a pretty good start. Almost has that Vendetta, and of course that's where he starts to get really, really scary right here. So, PA though for the time being not feeling too worried. Does have phase boots herself to go with the Blightstone and her early farm. Insania setting up as if he's going to go for a jump. There's the Hex, the jump in from PA, and the kill onto Nyx Assassin. So, good execution there from SOLIDUDES, and they pick up their first kill of the game now. Meanwhile, over here, Pudge, he's got the prison. Well, the crush is going to miss, actually, and that's going to cost Odie his life, and maybe not even get the turret kill, PA. The dagger instead goes for the Magnus right here. You see, meanwhile, Pudge is trying to kill himself to the Ancients. Will he be successful? No, he will not. At least Slaughter gets the kill, so at least get something out of him. But, man, I got to say, Odie probably lives right there if he doesn't screw that up. Magnus will survive, meanwhile, as he TPs out before they can do enough damage to him. PA's still going, so Solitude working with the early aggression right here. Poison is applied. The heal's coming out from Dazzle. He also has a shallow grave if necessary. Not in that case. So, not the prettiest of execution there from SOLIDUDES, but they do at least get a 1-for-1 Pudge. He's going to be fine. Just takes a crush, and then Slaughter will walk it off right here. And actually pick up boots in the meantime. So, yeah, he didn't even have boots at all time. Perhaps a little bit of a reason as to why his crush did a whiff right there. Could not get the best position to do so. And missing, so. But a 3-2 lead now for Rebels earlier on. You do see PA, again, is topping the charts as far as net worth goes. Does have that Ring of Bacillus now. In the earlier game, as far as Mickey is concerned, here on the OD. Has the Null Talisman and the Robe of the Magi here early on. Not much else to work with. His farm, again, it's not the prettiest necessarily, but it's not an awful start either. 2,200 gold net worth. Seems like Magnus, though, again, did have the better, though, in that middle lane. You see, he is actually first on his team right here, just behind the PA at that 2,800 gold net worth. Top lane, Nyx, he should be fine. He is level 6 now, though. Does have a Vendetta. Again, the double Mango, the Arcane Boots. He's ready to be active, man. In fact, he's going to port somewhere. Looks like he's going to the middle lane, actually. Poor camera work right there. Power tread's finished on OD meanwhile, but here comes that Vendetta use, and Nyx Assassin, he's looking for something. He's hungry. Now, ping's coming out from Lion right there, so it looks like Lion very aware that something probably happening is going to be fine as a result. Again, the Nyx is here, but with everyone else being here, doesn't seem like Solidudes, going to give them the chance to set up any kind of gank attempt. So Luna, meanwhile, freely farming at the bottom lane. Ring of Aquila finished. There goes the power treads as well. Some upgraded boots coming out across the board. The Tranquil boots picked up by Slaughter, so good to have that. Again, continue to see how he progresses here. Whether or not he goes straight for the Blink Dagger or something else. Oh, the spiked Carapace that caught Darkseer! And the Impale to finish him off. Well played there. Caught the tail end of that. But that spiked Carapace, I'm guessing that was a vacuum use right there. Perhaps from Darkseer. Or no, he doesn't even have vacuum. What am I saying? I guess just the Ion Shellers. He got stunned somehow by the spiked Carapace. And in the end, he ends up dying as a result of that. So, well played by the Nyx Assassin. And here comes another Vendetta use, actually. Bottom lane, Luna is in some trouble. He is going to probably fall right here, but at what cost? No, it's not going to come at any cost, as there's 3 heroes that are here, and the Vendetta Nyx, he is not interested. So, those are their own sentry wards, so he's not being seen right there. But a big kill on Luna. Solid tune, man. I got to say, him with the PA pick, he has been very active, and I guess that's what you'd want from your core PA, is to look to be pretty active earlier on. Obviously, the potential to be with that coup de grace and the blinks of the using the daggers and whatnot. So he might be in some trouble right here, though. The Vendetta opening. In comes the hook, and down goes PA. Well played right there. Again, by Rebels, being very, very patient. He was in that Vendetta for a long-ass time, and eventually gets the kill as a result of it. So very good patience there on the side of Rebels. And they do take out Phantom Assassin for the first time this game.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Meanwhile, Insania getting picked up here the bottom lane. Wow, they dove that pretty heavy, it looks like. Got to say it, Roger Pudge here, it seems like this is probably something he's known for running somewhat. He's playing this very well, and they're definitely executing right here. So you're now looking at a 6-3 lead in favor of Rebels. As far as yearly net worth, about a 1,500 gold net worth lead, a 3,000 experience lead, so pretty hefty here early on, and it could get worse. Nyx Assassin top lane, is that a double damage rate? It absolutely is. He does not open, though. He did have Magnus nearby. I'm a little bit surprised at that. I do feel like they maybe could have gone for the PA. Maybe they expected some more people to be nearby, but especially with that double damage rune and Magnus, I feel like that they could have probably had something there. But they choose to play it safe. Magnus does not have the RP yet, despite being level 9. So, again, I'm not going to try to act like I know if that's usual or not. I could see that kind of being perhaps something that's, again, if you're not looking to make team fights happen earlier on in the game, then, why get reverse polarity? But he's insisting on more for the farming potential, the Shockwave, as well as that Empower, which are both maxed out right now. And, of course, the one level into Skewer, just simply for the both getaway tool as well as initiation, if need be. Luna, meanwhile, the Helm of the Dominator in the works, does have that Morbid Mask, as Pudge is hanging out nearby. But any stacks going on in the jungle that Dominator's going to be, a couple stacks it looks like to work with as far as the Ancients go. Yeah, working on the stacked Ancients here, so I'm sure we'll see Luna eventually make her way over to there and make use of that farm at the Radiant Ancients. Top lane, Slaughter, 400 gold saved up, so again, don't expect that Blink Dagger anytime soon, which, again, playing a 4-roll Slaughter, like I said, it's kind of expected, but it's also, it really is unfortunate. It feels like the hero becomes much worse, right? Like, if you don't have that Blink initiation and set up those crushes, he really loses a lot of his potential. So 4-roll Slaughter, if you're not really making kills happen early on to make use of some early farm to get the earlier on Blink Dagger, then it does almost seem like, I don't want to say a waste, but it is hurtful. Now, he is very good setup for the PA. I'm pretty sure that's probably why they went this Slaughter pick. I'm not exactly sure whether I didn't notice the draft 100%, but obviously the amp damage for that PA could set up for some insane crits here. Magnus, meanwhile, he could be in trouble. Smoking towards the top. The ping's coming out, but is it too late? It looks like it could be. He activates the haste rune, but it is not enough to make the escape, so he saw it at the last second. But unfortunately, just a little bit too late right there. So well played And he does get taken out. So, meanwhile, they were over at the Ancient, or the Roshan area, excuse me, but decided not to make a play right there. Oh, the dust onto the Vendetta Nyx. He's put under immediately, and I'm sure they're going to finish him off. Beautiful stun timing right there from Lion. And then Phantom Assassin even coming in to secure the kill. And so he's got the early Vladimir's offering, actually, onto Phantom Assassin here. So playing that core role, but still liking the teamfight support aura item. Obviously still very good on him nonetheless. An excellent farming tool, brings out lifesteal to the table. So I'm not saying it's not a carry item, but you know, going to the choice just happens to help the team as well. You also got the 4-staff picked up onto OD right here. So looks like things kind of coming together now for SOLIDUDES. A couple of kills since 6-3 leading. You see the net worth chart now. It's actually going back to near even right here. Oh, the hook from Roger. One of the few misses we've seen. At least that we've caught on camera. Missing the OD. That time, though, of course, no setup, so makes it a little more difficult here. Is very safe to say, but good attempt. You miss 100% of the hooks you don't take, said Wayne Gretzky. Definitely a.k.a. Michael Scott. So, you know, it's a good advice right there. And Roger following the advice of Wayne Gretzky, also known as Michael Scott. We'll see what Phantom Assassin goes into next, though. I'm sure the Desolator, likes of something like that, is probably going to be on the list. Again, really all about just that hard-hitting, taking advantage of the coup de grace. Or as I call it in the American version, coup de grace. Okay, he does have reverse polarity now on Magnus. It is level 2, in fact, so he went the 10 and 11 build of it. Throwing some shockwaves out. But not going to get a chance right here. Doesn't have a Blink Dagger or anything just yet. In fact, Magnus does have an Oblivion Staff. Oh, there's the hook right there by Roger, but a 4-staff away from Mickey. Good execution on both sides. Roger hitting that hook, but Mickey, he was ready. He was ready to react and immediately forces staffs himself over the ledge. So he survives and is good to go. There is the Mithril Hammer picked up on Phantom Assassin. So yeah, that Desolator looks like it is in the works. What about something like a BKB here as well eventually? I'm not saying they're going to get it yet, but yeah, BKB would probably be pretty solid here. It's not like the best pickup here in my opinion, but it would be pretty solid. Luna, by the way, that Empower tears through the Ancients, and all of a sudden her farm, she has a Dragon Lance in the stash. Yeah, her net worth is almost caught up to PA now. Almost. Just about there, but PA does actually lead her still by a little bit. This tower, though, middle tower, going to be the first tower of the game for the Radiant side, that is. Very important one, of course, taking down the middle tower right there, so well played. Moving as a team. Darks here really hasn't been too active, or haven't seen much of him just this game, but Kefka here, the stand-in for SOLIDUDES. He's working on a mechanism, it looks like, which, gotta say, is probably the usual. That into the Guardian Creeps eventually. Wants to get that mech before perhaps looking to fight with the team. And again, I don't know if SOLIDUDES is necessarily looking at team fight here in the near future. In fact, a Blink Dagger will help with that. And it looks like, okay, Slaughter has found some farm now. 1,900 gold saved up. So we are going to be seeing a Blink Dagger on a Seal Kit here very soon. That's very good news for SOLIDUDES. And, you know, when he gets that, I'm sure we're going to probably see some kind of execution coming out as far as moving as a team, looking to make some plays. Meanwhile, Magnus, okay, he does actually finish the Echo Save, right? You know, obviously I saw the Oblivion Staff earlier, and I was wondering if that was going to maybe be an Orchid or something like that. But an Echo Staff finish, is that typical? Is that typical for Magnus? I feel like it's not, but I mean, that with the Empower, you know, obviously he has potential to hit pretty damn hard, but I would figure you'd want that Blink Dagger, right, for the initiation, kind of as ASAP. So, but kind of playing a different route here with the Magnus, being more of a semi-carry almost to go along with the Luna. Maybe they figure their consistent damage isn't going to be enough with just the Luna pick right here, who is having some very good farm. In fact, is now the top net worth in the game right here. But hey, I mean. We'll see how that tends to work for the Magnus here. So apparently he has been started fairly recently. Okay, so maybe it's not completely out of the norm. But, oh, Pudge meanwhile is in trouble. There's the follow-up with the crush. That new Blink Dagger of Sauter, and they get the kill. They caught Pudge nearby while attempting Roshan. They're going to go back into the Roshan pit now, of course. And, hey, they get a nice Siege Creep to help. Look at this. Now they're going to kill the Siege Creep. Nice scout coming out right there. But Pudge does buy back. Oh, wow, they did not want this to happen. And with the buyback, though, man, I got to say, if he buys back just a couple seconds later, maybe they can make a play, but clearly that gave SOLIDUDES information that, you know what, something's happening. The smoke in, it comes up short as a result. Man, that was Roger being a little bit too antsy. Again, if he waits for his team to initiate right there, I think maybe they at least get a couple of kills. But the buyback, SOLIDUDES playing is smart, and they eventually as a team fall back before anything happens. So a little bit of a misplay there, perhaps, coming out from Rebels. So, but yeah, going back to the Echo Saber. Okay, I guess there is information that, you know, players like Samael and we have done it fairly recently at the TI6 and whatnot. So, I mean, again, it does make sense if you're looking for some extra damage potential on your team makeup as far as just hard hitting goes. That with the Empower synergy of him, and it definitely it's going to be good synergy, no doubt. But I guess it's just really how you want to play him kind of deal. If you want to play him as the initiator, then yeah, it seems like the Blink Dagger probably more priority. But playing him more as a semi-carry there, they do have a Vendetta initiation. They got these hooks, of course, from Pudge, and I wouldn't be surprised to still see now Magnus get the Blink Dagger to follow up here. 1,700 gold saved up, in fact, onto the Magnus right now. Yasha finished on Luna, meanwhile, so has that to go with the Dragon Lance. Let's take a look at the net worth here once again. Oh, nice pause screen in the way. Can you not move these charts? Figured you could like move the window around, but fortunately cannot. So net worth basically, even though, and again, the experience has been kind of going up and down in favor of Rebels, though, throughout this game, but looks like we are ready. Back, good to go. Solid 2, Desolate, I'm sure finished. Yes, it is. To go with the Vladimir's offering. Well, Lion, what kind of farm are we looking like on Insania here? I know Insania, again, as a player especially, loves to play these aggressive kind of support heroes. Also likes to really get some farm himself, if possible. Not a whole lot this game. Is in fact last in the game of net worth, but again, it's been a pretty difficult game to get farm. Kefka does have that mech finished, and go with the Soul Ring and the Abyssal. Not the Abyssal, the Arcane Boots. The Abyssal Boots. That's not a thing. But yeah, the timing of the Blink Dagger on Sauter, I gotta say, is actually not too bad, really. I was expecting definitely a post 20-minute Blink Dagger at the earlier rate of this game, but Seal Kiddo looks like they started to prioritize some farm for him, and he gets it out of pretty good timing there. There is the Blink Dagger onto Magnus, meanwhile. He has that being delivered. Could be some action here at the bottom lane. Ag Scepter being worked on by Nyx Assassin. Such a ridiculous Ags. I think so many would agree, right? The Ags on Nyx is just so stupid powerful. That burrow skill, man. Oh, speaking of Nyx, by the way. Pings are coming out, but they're not actually able to find them. No, I thought there might have been a catch over here, but nope, just simply walking on through. You see that power once again onto Luna. Scan's coming out. Uh-oh, Insania at least is in trouble. Silky, can he make his way? He's going to have to Blink Dagger away. So they're going to get the Kona Lion. Silkid's like, you know what? I'm fine. Just chilling. Yeah, one of the spectators picking that out. Looks like, yeah, they're drawing in the area. They feel like somebody might still be here, but... Oh, wow. Talk about the timing. Silkid happened to just poured out as they were going to scout it. So he's going to be fine. Lion's up in 15 seconds. So, again, not the end of the world right here for SOLIDUDES. By the time a fight breaks out, perhaps going to be up anyways and ready to TP in. So you do see this bottom tower, though. Oops, Silkid jumping in. Just a quick crush, applies that damage, and runs away at least the best he can. The weave, though, coming out from Dazzle right here, so getting ready to team fight. But again, Lion is back up in power. There's reverse polarity. Only catches OD, though, as well as a skewer. Not the best right there. Wall comes out. Nice hook to finish off OD, however. He couldn't do much, if anything, in that fight. Meanwhile, the fight continues. Eclipse being used by Luna, doing a little bit of damage. Really only the one kill right there, though. Yes, I do got subs happening right there. Kefka gets pulled in, and he is going to be taken out. Good job right there with that initiation. However, Solitude in the background takes out Nyx Assassin, who went a little bit too far up here in the fight. So it is a 2-for-1 so far. It looks like that's how it's going to end for now. Seokit, though, amp damage. He wants to go back in, but that beam will stop him from using the Blink Dagger. But, man, look at PA. He still wants to make a play. Dagger in. Can he get some coup de grace? Absolutely. They just tear through Dazzle right there. And PA will make his way out. Another Dagger to do some good damage to Sadoi and chase them off. Solitude doing a good job of keeping his distance. God, that damage. Going to get another coup de grace. No, he cannot, as I believe that's a shallow grave use actually on a punch right there. No, that's not. He's dead. Anyways, he is taking some good damage and will be killed, but a one call. Solitude goes down as Luna able to stand her ground and get the kill. Man, Solitude was really deep in there. It doesn't look like the team was ready, but in the background, though, Magnus now in a little bit of trouble. Nice stun follow-up from line. It's done them both, actually. Isn't enough damage, though, to kill the Skewer away. Darkseer on top of the Night Shell. Down goes Darkseer and Sardar. And the chase is real from SOLIDUDES. They went way too far, especially the PA in the beginning. And then the teammates kind of followed it up, and Rebels just wins that fight in the end. They kept playing it very passive themselves, saying if you're going to come at us, I mean, we'll fight you, but they're the ones that did not overextend, and as a result, they win that fight. Well played right there. Coming out from Rebels. You see that Manta style onto Luna, no doubt helping throughout it as well. And we are looking at now the 12-9 lead in favor of Rebels, and you got to think, yeah, that chart going right back up for Rebels, their highest of the game. It's nothing dramatically high, but nearly a 3,000 net worth lead, as well as over a 5,000 experience lead now. So, and this could open up some possible Roshan. Again, everyone is up, though, so don't think we're going to be seeing that. Yeah, that was a long fight, too, right? And that was the fault of SOLIDUDES. Again, they just insisted on chasing back from the tower rather than kind of using their tower as the defense there. I know PA, he was hoping for some more coup de grace there, but wasn't really getting necessarily the most. And he ends up dying, going a little bit too far. Hex in the foreground here. Insania, he's the one in trouble, though. Seokit follows it up. Again, the execution of those SOLIDUDES. Nice reverse polarity, but the skewer away. He does not hit anyone with it. The shockwave to follow. The hook actually going to hit his own teammate, and that was an Eclipse, right? Yeah, it does not get any kills, actually. So now if you're SOLIDUDES, you recoup right here, and you definitely look to take a fight because several big abilities used right there by Rebels, only to come up short. So, but again, you look at SOLIDUDES with their initiation, and gotta say it's a little bit off. The line at first off, and then Slaughter kind of going in, and not really going in together. They're more so going in one by one right there. Got to be a little bit careful with that. But they are going to smoke up and look to make a play now. I believe the BKB, okay, no, it's not finished just yet, but the workings of a BKB for PA is there. He just needs the pattern now. So that's, again, going to be important. You see the Hurricane Pike onto OD. We do have initiation down here. The spiked carapace right off the bat, though. PA sitting on top of the Luna. Is that going to be enough damage for the kill? Not just yet. He's getting some good defense out. The weave is out as well. But in comes the Sanity's Eclipse. The vacuum into the wall as well. Down they both go. Luna and the Nyx Assassin. Lion is picked off in the back row, but it's a triple kill for Mickey. He's able to do some damage in the fight finally, and it pays off big time. The triple kill. The 4-for-1 exchange in favor of SOLIDUDES. And you see Magnus just sitting back again without their big team fights of the Reverse Polarity and the Eclipse. They were not winning that. And this is going to open up the Roshan now. And the easy Roshan kill to follow. Obviously a very good Roshan killing team. The Aegis picked up by the Phantom Assassin. And now they're grouping up to make a play and a push here, even in the middle. The 3-2-2s are called in chat. Oh, Magnus actually picks up the Darkseer over here. Not sure what that was about, but again, that Magnus, he's got some damage. He actually tickled the Shadow Blade now on top of that Echo Saber. So he can hit pretty hard with the Empower and showing it off there apparently against the Darkseer. But meanwhile, SOLIDUDES, they do get the middle tower push. And of course, some bigger and better stuff coming. There's the BKB on the Phantom Assassin. Again, I don't know if that was necessarily 3-2-2. That was just pretty good initiation by SOLIDUDES, really. They got the smoke ink. They took advantage of the lack of ultimate use of Rebels. And, I mean, not every lost fight is a 3-2-2 situation, I feel like. Lion, meanwhile, speaking of 3-2-2, no, he gets found here at the top lane. And picked off. So, but again, if you're SOLIDUDES there, it's like, okay, they just used a Vendetta and Magnus roaming around to only kill our Lion, who's been dying a bit this game anyways. That's not really that big of a deal. That's a 5th death now for Insania right here. So he's going to be up in 20 seconds.
Is under attack.
Oh, jump in, Slaughter hits the stun onto Luna. Pull in, Solitude goes in though, pops the BKB as well on Mike in the back of the imprisonment, hit onto Pudge right there. The wall is out. Zatoya is dropping. Solitude getting low himself, but the lifesteal kicking in. He is going to get bursted down though. The Aegis, however, going to bring him right back up, of course, but he's lost his teammates in both Slaughter and OD. How far is Solitude going to go right here? He's trying to run away. He does have support coming back in from Lion and Darkseer here as well. Pudge, in fact, going to port out, and the rest are going to run. So they did not want to fight against this PA who's now back up from the Aegis. And that will be the end of it. So a little surprised. I thought Rebels was definitely going to look to fight that. I mean, they had the numbers advantage at that point, but I mean, they did use a bit to take out the PA initially and get the couple of teammates. So at the same time, you know, it's probably smart. Rebels, they get the couple of kills, they get the Aegis, and then they get out before anything silly happens right there. So maybe kind of taking a bit from the previous fight. You see Pudge here, Ghost Scepter picked up. Again, that could be pretty good against the PA, and really in general against the SOLIDUDES team. They are very physical, reliant. Well, some heroes. Obviously OD not so much, but between that Slaughter and PA, quite a bit. So solid pickup there. I love seeing this Magnus build. He has a Shadow Blade now to go with that Echo Saber again. 2,400 gold saved up, so he clearly has the ability to hit pretty hard this game. The Axe Scepter still being worked on by Nyx. I think he needs the one more component now. He has 1,000 gold saved now, needs about 2,000 there before that's going to be finished. Luna, what did she just buy? She just got her BKB, so that's now going to be coming out for Luna, and that's going to be big. Oh, bottom lane, Magnus, but look at those reactions from OD, but the skewer's going to miss, and he will be fine. Yeah, he four-staffed initially right there, and eventually buys in the distance to get away. I don't know if that was Magnus just simply skewering away or if he actually just whiffed right there, but I feel like he whiffed because I'm pretty sure he wanted to get that gank onto the OD, but he comes up short in the end. Again, Nyx, yeah, so it looks like he just needs the agility now, and he will have that Ags good to go. Medallion of Courage onto Dazzle, nice little item to have there for some amp damage. But yeah, the BKB onto Luna. Again, it's not going to be the most useful against the Phantom Assassin here, but it'll still be good in general in this game. You got both the Lion and the OD, relying quite a bit on magic. Obviously, the Darkseer thrown in there as well.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Bottom tower goes down, the secondary tower, that is, by Rebels right here. Meanwhile, the counter push at the top lane, though, from the Dire side. 2,100 gold saved up on Solitude right here. So you see the net worth, though. Obviously, Luna has definitely gotten a bit of a gap now. See more fights taking place. Ooh, Magnus top lane against Scott. Is there any gem? There is no gem on either side just yet. Definitely wouldn't be surprised to see that coming up in the near future, but especially more so for Solidudes, I feel like. Especially got the Shadow Blade initiation now from the Magnus. You got the Nyx, of course. Top lane, Dazzle, is he in trouble? Yeah, they're going to go. That should be a quick kill. The quick kill and the quick get out. That's one of those cases of, is that bait? Let's just go for it. And sure enough, it wasn't. So he just happened to be farming that top lane just beyond the tower. How's my camera work, by the way, guys? Again, I'm doing my best to... like I said, I learned some tips from Pimp at the Northern Arena tournament, the God Observer over there. So hopefully it's been pretty solid so far. That on top of the casting. So many things to do.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Did Slaughter buy something recently?
Dire's top
About 1,000 gold saved
tower
down. Nothing in the stash.
Dire's top tower
Anything
has
on the
fallen.
courier? No. I'm curious about that. 3,700 gold saved up on Luna. Let's see. She can finish that Satanic. She also has one more inventory spot, you know, with the Town Portal scroll that's currently in it, so. I would assume going to get her next big item, maybe the Butterfly here. Wouldn't be a bad option. I don't know if PA is going to be getting an MKB or not. Guess could possibly get that with the 3,100 gold saved up. There's the Basher instead by PA though, and the Axe is finished on Nyx, however. Could have a big fight breaking out up here. There we go, the initiation onto Luna. Not gonna be but the hook comes out of the Sauter, and Sauter, he is gonna fall right there. Good bait coming out. It's almost as if Rebels expected that jump from the Slardar. The angle was perfect from Roger, and he lands the easy hook as a result. So no buyback, by the way, on Sauter either. That's pretty key right there. Not having the buyback for another 30 seconds. But it doesn't look like Rebels is really going to push in. They're pinging the Roshan pit. Obviously, he's not up just yet. But it seems like that's probably something Rebels wants to prioritize before they try to look to actually break into the base. But again, this is a very even game right now, really. I don't see either team being too happy about, or like overly happy about the situation they're in, I should say. Again, the leads are in favor of Rebels right here, but kind of analyzing from the beginning, I don't think I'm too far off. That SOLIDUDES, the longer this game goes on, they don't mind it perhaps. The PA again going to continue to scale pretty well. The OD on top of that, and then you got even Sauter can start kicking in some assistance perhaps, but at the same time you do have this is where we're at the shining point here, the mid to late game for Rebels. You got the Luna, who's just about full inventory now. He's getting there. And they are trying to take advantage of that. In fact, what is being delivered to Luna? She purchased something. Now the respawn in 3 minutes here for Roshan, so not going to be happening anytime soon. Here comes the smoke coming out from SOLIDUDES here. Oh, they're going to run right into them. Oh no. Oh, the Invis. Oh my gosh. Oh, Luna. Oh, Luna. Oh, here we go. PA going to be open up first. Luna pops a BKB in the background. The vacuum in the wall only catches Dazzle, though. The BKB from Luna doing a lot of work right here. Trying to take out the OD. Not much he can do. Pops his own BKB, but he's taking way too much physical damage. Nobody there just yet. Dazzle is picked up in the background, but OD will go down. Now there's the Hex onto Luna as the BKB has worn off. Seokin, meanwhile, he's just trying to run. The PA got the hell on out of there as soon as possible. And now Slaughter will be able to port out in time, but a big fight for Rebels right there. Only losing Dazzle, taking out the 3. Yeah, that Luna was able to stand her ground very well, and a good job by the supporting cast. You see the Acceptor on a Nyx as well, just sitting in that burrow, mana burning as well as impaling. Doing plenty of work, I'm sure, as well. It's kind of split fights coming out right there. Didn't really notice the PA doing a whole lot. It seemed like he got out very early in that fight. So SOLIDUDES really was losing effort from the beginning. There is a buyback on a Darkseer right here, but here we go with Sadoy knocking on the door and just putting so much damage in. That vacuum pull in, this follow-up crush on a Sadoy, but it's not going to be enough damage. PA's not going in. SOLIDUDES playing this very defensively once again. You can't really blame him, though, as OD gets picked off, and Rebels, they might have just done it. What seemed like to, again, kind of be somewhat of an even game at this point. All of a sudden, Rebels is breaking through. The Butterfly was picked up by Luna, and they're just going cutthroat right here for the finish. I mean, there's no buybacks. OD Slaughter does not have a buyback. Again, PA in the background, he's trying to pick off some of the supports. Magnus will get picked off, and now he's going for the Nyx Assassin, actually. Gets a double kill right there, but Luna's just sitting on the Ancient, trying to finish that off. Luna, though, gets caught. The Basher proc comes out. There's that BKB. Is it going to be enough, though, to stay alive? It looks like for now the Butterfly's also doing work now with the Impatience. P's dropping. Who's going to win this battle? That will be the PA, but PA now dying to Cruz. Will be able to blink strike into his teammate, though, and ultimately survive in the end. But so, okay, maybe we're not done just yet. SOLIDUDES will actually live right here to fight another day. And it is just a best-of-1, guys. So, yeah, if this is a best-of-3 series, you know, wouldn't be surprised maybe if SOLIDUDES is like, all right, let's throw in the towel, go to the next game. But being a best-of-1, you know, you fight to the end. So, here in the losers bracket matchup here for this ProDota Cup tournament, they're going to try to do just that. Obviously, Roshan, he's not up just yet, but he should be just about up right here. Man, if they can steal Roshan, that would be something. I mean, maybe this game isn't 100% over here at this time for SOLIDUDES. You see the buyback situation, obviously several used right there by SOLIDUDES. Here we go with Roshan. Again, they have a very good Roshan killing team with an amp damage. You got the Phantom Assassin coming in. They're going to kill us quickly. Yeah, they're going to get the Aegis again in the hands of Phantom Assassin, who also has another 4,000 gold saved up. as well. As there's the bots picked up by Luna, meanwhile. So Phantom Assassin, yeah, I had it right. Phantom Assassin should be able to get. I gotta think the MKB is coming, right? I mean, he knows the wing or the butterfly is now picked up on Luna. Probably gonna pick up that NKB as a result, and just really get that raw damage and kind of that counter item. Also saw the gem picked up by Slaughter, so again, a very important item to have here in this game. A little bit later than I'm sure maybe they would have liked, especially going up against this Nyx and the Shadow Blade Magnus here, but at least they have it now. You do see Pudge with that Lotus Orb. Noticed that in the last fight as well.
Dire's middle tower
Being used at least. Yeah, it doesn't seem like Rebels wants to waste too much time here. Even though they know that the Aegis was picked up on Solidudes, they're still ready to fight. As you do got... Thanks for the subs, by the way, guys. As you do got Satanic picked up on Sidoi now. So, yeah, he's really fully slotted, good to go right here. As off to the side, the hook initiation catches Darkseer. And not the start you need if you're Solidudes. So you're going to be down to Darkseer. Does not have a buyback. No vacuum, no wall coming out right here. That definitely takes away. And now Phantom Assassin gets pulled in. These hooks are baller from Roger. This is going to come at a cost, though. In fact, Roger's in trouble. Telegrave outplied. Magnus, though, pulls in the Phantom Assassin. He will go down. Down goes Slaughter as well. Phantom Assassin with the Aegis. Going to come back up. But he needs to get away. He blinks to his teammate right there. Double kill in the background coming out from Sidoi. But yeah, these hooks, I got to say, Roger's probably MVP this game. He's landed some really big hooks throughout this game. Magnus gets picked off, but it doesn't really matter. Probably not. Phantom Assassin goes down. He has a buyback, but I think that could be the game. Satanic's still ready to go for Luna. She's just trying to finish this game now. She says, come at me, bro. I dare you to fight me. Trying to make Solitude go in, but I think Solidudes also knows this. And that should be GG. Phantom Assassin, he takes a stun. Meanwhile, the hook to finish him off. And good game, well played. It will be official. Rebels is moving on here in the losers bracket of the ProDota Cup. Number 12. Solidudes, the journey will end here. A solid attempt, you could say. But no, a solid event for them. And again, an up-and-coming team in Solidudes. But they will fall short here against a quality team, no doubt, here in Rebels. Again, a more informed, this is not, by no means an amateur team here. So, again, take a quick look at the brackets as that match finishes. So you do see Solidudes getting knocked down by Imperial, and then they drop now here to Rebels, which means they are done. So Rebels moves on, and then we got all these bottom portions to still kind of get through. You see up here Imperial sitting comfortably in that winner bracket final spot. But that's overall what the ProDota Cup looks like right here. So, but again, a big congratulations to Rebels moving on. See how they continue to do. But Solidudes as well. Again, me being a little bit biased towards them. I look forward to. I'm a little bit sad, but I look forward to seeing more progress out of them. I mean, they're starting to face some quality teams now as they move up the ranks, and you know, clearly a loss right here. But they did have some good moments in that game, of course, and look forward to seeing how they once again continue to do moving forward. So. But I want to thank you guys for tuning into this broadcast here, this cast of Solidudes versus Rebels, as Rebels is victorious in this best-of-1 series and moving on. So again, I'm Breaky CBK, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this cast, and be sure to check out all my content on YouTube and Twitch, as well as my social media platforms, Twitter, as well as Facebook, all at Breaky CPK. Again, I'm closing out for the YouTube purpose here. I will be right back, though, for the live stream, guys. Stay tuned. Hey guys, Breaky CPK here, and I'm excited to announce my new service I'm offering called Cast Me. Have you ever wanted to have a hype caster cast one of your games, however haven't had the opportunity? Or how about you were just looking for ways to get your team more exposure with a professional feeling broadcast to help? Well, now is your chance, as I will cast a select match of yours, either replay or live, for each of the following games. Dota 2, possibly GB, but of course that's going to be wearing off. There's one Ravage. Remember, he has a second one. Two still used. Storm Spirit flies back in the background. They catch Sven actually at half-life. Sven is going to drop right there. The Sunder not even used, actually, by Monkeys Forever here on the Terrorblade. That Metamorphosis, they do kill the melee max, but at what cost there? CSGO. Peeking. Flame is down. Right on top of him. He jumped on top. Twist goes down. Lekro gets that kill on a Weber, but Lekro will fall to toss in. And, of course, Han. Dead would jump on a Behemoth. The Shockwave still goes off to the Eruption, but he's still alive. Earthshatter, meanwhile, is up from Parallax. He does get caught in the Arcane Vortex, though, from Moira. Andromeda will go down. You do see no... For prices and more information, just check out the website, thegoodgeekwife.com, and go to the Breaking CPK Cast Me page, or just click on the link provided.